All right guys, we've got some new units we're going to install. Right now I have three 8616 XSVs. We're going to change them out to the new 9200 series 4K. What we're going to go with is the 9213 XSV. We got three of them. Two of them's going on the console, one of them's going on the bow. So far, man, these 9200 series, I love them. They're 4K, they're extremely fast. They got a fast processor in them, way faster than the 8600 series, like 7 times faster. I have been running a 9222 4K unit for live scope, and that's just been game changer. So that's got me to kind of change over. One of the reasons too is the 216s I have on my console, they're just, you know, a little bit too large. I mean, too tall. It's hard to see over. I've been wanting to go with those. I didn't want to go with a 12 on the 8612. To me, the 8612 is, for some reason, is smaller than what a 12 really is. I'm not for sure how they come up with that dimension and stuff. But these 13s are 13. I mean, if not, they're a little bit bigger. They're really nice. What we'll do is we'll unbox it. I'm going to show you what comes with it and what doesn't. Now, these will communicate or network with your 8600 series or your map series, any of your map series. But you're going to have to get another device. It's a gateway, and what that gateway does is it lets you bring in the standard Ethernet. It's got 2 ports, so you can bring in one of those or 2 of the Ethernet ports into it. And then it has a port for the new BlueNet network, which is what these run on, and it's a round connector. It's very fast. So you'll run that in the gateway and then take that to one of your units. And then the gateway powers up. Then you can just take and daisy chain these together, you know, unit to unit with the BlueNet network cable. Or you could buy a switch. I'm not for sure how many ports are on that switch, but we'll look at that. I think it's, you know, probably 5 or 6 ports on there. So you would take the gateway BlueNet into the switch, and then you could take each individual unit into the switch. Now I prefer to do that, but I don't have a switch right now. I do have the gateway because I've been running that 9222. I prefer not to go from unit to unit when I do my network, and the reason why is if you ever have an issue with a unit or you want to change a unit out, it's just a little bit aggravating, because once you remove that unit, if you had 2 network cables plugged into it that's running some of your other stuff, then you're going to have to move them around, or you're going to have another port. I prefer to have a switch, and I'm going to get a switch and move these into that switch just to make it much easier to install. Another thing is, always remember, you've got to have good power, you know, good voltage for these units to run really good. Now, I know they only require 12 volts, but you need that good 12 volts, 12 plus, to get a good screen, in my opinion. So you got to have good batteries. So look at MillerTech if you're wanting to upgrade your batteries. Best company, best customer service, best warranty in the industry, 10-year non-prorated. So look at them if you want to upgrade the batteries. But let's go ahead and get this unboxed. I'm going to show you what's included, what's not included, which we already know that the gateway does not come with it. And we will get them installed. I'm not going to do an install video. They're easy to install. You got the power cord. The power cord is the same power cord as your map series, as your 8600 series cords. It's the 2-prong. So that's the same. Your NEMA network, if you've got yours NEMA into your boat, I do. That cable, of course, is the same. If you have the network cable, of course, is different. It's BlueNet round connector versus that RJ45 connector that's in everything else that Garmin has right now. But all the cables are pretty much the same. Now, if you're running any kind of computer or anything that you're controlling with the head unit, like I am, I've run a computer in the boat for the touch screen on the Garmin to work with a PC or any of that, anything that requires a touchscreen monitor. The USB cable is different on the 9200 series. It's a larger, it's actually USB-C on here, and the one on the 8600 series is a different USB cable. It's like a C, but the connector is smaller. It's like the size of a NEMA 2000 cable on the 8600 series. So like if you want to run an external monitor, one of these monitors that companies are coming out with these units, you're going to need a different Garmin cable. It's a different part number for the 9200 series, and also the HDMI cable is a different part number. That is it's because it's a high speed HDMI cable. Not for sure why they have that. You know, it does say high speed in the description. To me, it looks like the same. I haven't tried it, but I've bought all new cables for these units to control those computers. So in order to do that, of course, you've got to have the HDMI and the USB cable to communicate or to use the touch screen with an external monitor. You just have to remember that those cables are different. So we'll go ahead and get this unboxed and show you what it looks like. All right, we'll go ahead and get it opened up. See what it looks like. What we'll do is we'll turn it around so everybody can see what we got here. Turn it like this. How's that? Let's turn it like that. Of course, you know how when you get Garmin's, they all got the print in case you want to mount it inside of your dash. Comes here with that's going to be your cover for it. Go ahead and get that out. Go ahead and get out of the plastic. And we got the instructions, of course, it comes with them. We don't need those. And we've got those snap pieces that goes around the top and the bottom. I know some people don't use them. I do. I know braid can get hung on fishing line some, but I still like them. Cosmetically, I'd rather have them on there. They look better. And then, let's see what we got here. There's the unit. But let's get in the box first. We'll open that up in a minute. Let's see what else is in the box. Got that in there. Then of course you've got that same inside box that they put in all their units. All right, see what we got. There's the gimbal bracket. They call it a bell mount. Actually, I think that's the proper name for them. Is a bell mount. Right there, it is. All right. That's our, like your dash mount, flush mount kit bolts, but it's also got our knobs in it. They all come with a NEMA 2000T and cable. I've already got that in the boat, so we don't need that. And it comes with a new power cord, and I'm not going to need the power cord because I've removed the 8616. I'm using the same power cord. That way we don't have to run that. And that's basically all that's in here. And these sticker deals they have. That's all's in the box. All right, let's look at the unit. Let's get that unit out. Garmin always has their units packaged up really good. Take this plastic off. I've noticed that Garmin quit putting that plastic over that you can pull off of the cover, like the protected plastic that used to be on there. They don't put them on there anymore. I noticed the last few units I've got, I've not had that on there. But there it is. Boy, is that lit at. That's a really nice screen. I mean, it looks bigger to me than 13 by a little bit. I know it's definitely bigger than their 12-inch unit, for sure. For sure. I'm going to take and put this cover on so I can show you the ports in the back. Where we don't scratch the screen. All right, there's all your ports in the back. You've got HDMI in and HDMI out. You got your power. You got your, there's a NEMA port right here. You've got the same ports basically as your 8600 series has. And the unit, look at it, it's a little, I think it's a little thinner this way. Man, that's a really nice unit. We'll get the, like I said, we don't need the power cord or the NEMA and anything, but we are going to need the knobs for it. What we're going to do is we'll get this unit mounted, and I'll show you what it looks like after we get it installed. All right, we got it all installed and got the unit booted up. I don't know if you can see it very well, but we might go to the console unit. We'll see. All you got to do, of course, you're going to go in here and select United States. You're going to select English. Same thing, it always comes up. And it's going to have the store demonstration or demo mode. We're going to turn that off. Then it's going to come up here. It says setup screen lock to prevent. We're not going to do a screen lock on it. We're going to skip that. And then it's going to have here, select OK to quickly set up the basic functions. We're going to go ahead and select OK. We're going to select powerboat. We're going to select our U.S. Eastern time zones where we're at here in North Carolina. And minimum safe depth, we'll put it at 3 feet. Shallow water alarm, no. And it's going to say the minimum overhead clearance. I just picked 10 for right now, or you could pick other. Let's pick other, and let's just put, it's at 5 feet. I don't need to download the app. We got to accept. It's picked up our grid remote. I'm going to go ahead and add that. We take and hold these two left and right, hold them there. It's paired to that unit too. We can hit done. We'll hit done. All right, we're all set up. Everything here looks good, which this is the unit right here that we're setting up, but it's picking up all of the sonars that we've got on the boat. Here's our chart. Till we get out there and get GPS, but look how fast this is. I mean, I just can't get over how fast this is. We've got our two 9213 XSVs on our console. They're all set up, installed. This is our power. These are two of our network connections, our BlueNet. This is a HDMI in for our computer. We've got our USB right here to control the screen on the computer. This is our GT56, GT56, GT8 transducer cable connection. And right here is our NEMA connection. All right, there's our bow unit. We're going to have to straighten up all the wires. We're going to have to zip tie or Velcro everything up. But this is our unit. Kind of got the same connections here in the back. We got network, we got power, we got our transducer on our Garmin Force Pro. We got our USB so we can control our computer from any graft. We've got our HDMI in and HDMI out. I use HDMI out for my HDMI recorder to record LiveScope for my videos. All right, we're got Active Captain all hooked up. We've got to update that new unit. So we go over here. Software updates are ready for installation. All right, what we did is we downloaded the update from Garmin through Active Captain. After we did that, we had to switch to our Garmin network on Active Captain, and then we downloaded the software to the unit. And now the unit is ready to be updated. You can go to any unit, even though that to do all the updates. These units, the two on the console and the 9222 has already got the right software in it. So now after we've downloaded the software to the unit, it's going to say, do you want to install now? We're going to say, yeah, we're going to install now. And what it'll do is it'll give you this, it'll tell you updates ready for install. Go ahead and hit install now. It's going to tell you it's going to take a while. Don't interrupt. Continue, yes. And what it's going to do now is it's going to update. And all it's going to update is the bow top unit of the 9213. And this network is extremely fast. It's not going to take long at all to update that unit with that BlueNet network. All right, it says update complete. We're going to hit restart. Now all the units are restarting. Since they're all networked together, when you turn one unit on, they all come on. You turn one unit off, they all go off. Unfortunately, with Garmin's network, that's how they have it. There's not a way to have one unit on and turn the others off, not when they're networked. The only way you could do that would be to put a switch, a separate power switch on each unit. Hit that, And there we are. All right, once you have the update installed, you can go back to Active Captain, set your Wi-Fi connection to your Garmin network, and you can go here to My Marine Devices, and it'll do a scan again, and it'll say vessel up to date now. So now if we go scroll through here, see what all we got. We got our GPS 24XDs. There's 2 of those on the network. We've got a 9213 XSV, one of those. We've got another one, another 9213 and another 9213. We've got a 9222. We've got a LVS 34 live scope, another LVS 34 and another LVS 34 and another, well, the LVS 62. There's our BlueNet gateway that it's picked up. It actually has software in it too that it'll come up. There's our grid remote. And there's our Garmin Force trolling motor. Everything is up to date.
Sandstone fishing, you know that's what we're doing. That's what we're missing, babe. Sandstone fishing, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're missing. Sandstone fishing, sandstone fishing, sandstone fishing, sandstone fishing.